Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to restructure our project a little bit more. We're basically going to take some functions that we have in the boot.asm and put them on a separate file because we're going to reuse them and we don't want to repeat our code again and again. The second thing we're going to do is get user input and execute some commands according to that input. So let's start. I have already created a file and I called it screenfunctions.asm. Of course you can name it however you want. I'm going to move the routine to clear the screen. Here, and we're going to return. Then I'm going to move the set cursor position function and we're going to return, and we will call them here clear screen, call clear screen, call set cursor position, and we're going to include the file. Include screenfunctions.asm. Let's try. Make clean, make. Yes, everything is working correctly. Good. Now let's close this and let's go to our second boot and get user input. In order for us to get user input, we're going to use the get keystroke function. Basically we need to move 0 in the AH register and use interrupt 16, hexadecimal 16, and we're basically waiting for user input, and when the user presses a key it's going to go in the AL register. So let's use it. Basically before we do all the thing with the commands and saving user input, let's just print what the user typed. So move AH0x0 and int 0x16. Now we're waiting for user input, and once we have it we're going to move into AH0EH. We're going to call interrupt 0x10 because in the AL the AL register is already set with what the user typed. So make clean, make kemu, and let's just press G, and we see G is written. Good. Let's remove this. We're going to write much more sophisticated code. So basically what are we going to do? We're going to create an empty string. Basically think about it as a buffer. And it's going to be a empty string, not even null terminator. Our logic is every time the user presses a key that's not enter, we're going to put the key that he pressed in the empty command string and we're going to increment it, and the next key that he presses we're going to put it next to the character that we put before. Basically we're going to fill it. If the user presses enter, we null terminate it and we check what's inside and execute a command accordingly. So let's do it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get input from user. Let's create this label, and we're going to empty the DI register. We can do it like this, but I'm going to do it with XOR operator. When you XOR something with itself, it becomes 0. So clear DI register. After that, we're going to move into DI the empty command string. Now, let's read user key. And here we're going to move into A8 0x0. And let's write a comment, BIOS function to read user key. Then we're going to call 0x16 BIOS interrupt. After that, we're going to compare if the user, what's in the AL register. Basically, we're going to compare if the user pressed enter or not. 0xt is a hexadecimal for 13, the ASCII character for enter. Check if enter was pressed. Now, if enter was pressed, let's do it as a comment for now, handle command. Else, we're going to move into A8 0E8. We're going to call interrupt 10. Yes, BIOS interrupt. And after that, we're going to move, basically, because the DI is pointing to the screen, to the string, now we're going to move to where DI is pointing the character in the AL register. Basically, put the character in the empty command string. And then we're going to increment DI. And then we're going to jump back to read user key. Now, let's do the command handle. And let's uncomment it. Now, here in the command handle, we're going to null terminate the string. Move byte di 0. Null terminate string. Now we're going to move into AL where what's basically in the empty command string right now, the first character. Put into AL the command string buffer. Then we're going to compare what's in the AL with D, because we want to use D to end our program. For now, just an example. Maybe later we'll do something else with it. If D is pressed, end program. So, if the D is pressed, we're going to jump to exit. We will create that label. Otherwise, we're going to jump to command not found. We will create that label too. Let's start with command not found, and here we'll create a string not found str db. This basically, before that, let's 0xa, yes, 0xt. I want to go one line under it, so 0xa 0xd, the command doesn't exist, 0xa 0xd 0. So if the command is not found, we're going to move into si the command not found string. Then we're going to call print string. Then we're going to jump back to get input from user and return. Now for the exit, we're basically going to, let's create this thing too, exit command str db 0xa 0xd program exiting 0xa 0xd 0, and we're going to move into si the exit command string and call print string, and then we're going to stop our program completely. Basically, we're going to halt all execution. So let's test what we created. Call get input from user. Yes, command handle. It was the comment from before. Now everything should work correctly. Make clean, make yes, demo. So second bootloader loaded. Let's press something. Okay, we can type, and if I press enter, the command doesn't exist. And okay, if I press D, program exit, and I can press nothing. Good. Our code works. So I'm going to add the links to the resources that I used for this video in the video description. If you want, I can make another video on bit shifting and bitwise operators. If it's interesting for you, please write in the comments. If you have any issues with the code, write in the comments and I will help you as soon as I can. I would like to thank you for your inspiring comments. They give me motivation to continue. So, thank you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I will post the link to the GitHub branch for this particular part of code in the description of the video. So, like and subscribe if you want, and I will see you in the next video.